In today's video, I'll go over on how to do most of the attacks in Ultrakill. These forms of like existing because some of these attacks I would never have found. But anyways, let's get right into it. Starting off, we have the easiest and most, simple movement attacks that can easily be performed with very little practice. Starting off, we have slide jumping. You can easily perform slide jumping by jumping out of a slide and right before you land, slide again. And you just repeat this over and over again. Next we have diving. You can dive by pressing the slide key immediately after jumping. You will know you performed this correctly by seeing white slide particles. Skimming. Skimming is only performed on liquids such as acid. Sliding onto any liquid will allow you to skate across it. Slope sliding is pretty weird, where you can only do this on a few levels, but it's performed by sliding on the ground onto a slope that is 59.3 degrees to 66.5 degrees. For some reason, it's oddly specific, but yeah. Slam storage is definitely the most used attack, and it's also one of the easiest ones to perform. To get slam storage, you need to perform a wall jump mid-ground slam. You know you dare right by seeing lots of yellow particles around you. You can use storage in 3 ways. First way is by jumping with storage to gain lots of height. Second way is sliding right before you land to retain most of your speed. The third and final way is by diving. Diving with storage lets you fling yourself in a diagonal direction. Now we're moving on to just a tiny bit harder attack, but still decently easy to perform. And since these ones would take actual practice. The first one on our list is free sliding. Free sliding lets V1 control himself while sliding. This cannot be done by just sliding normally, or just on a ramp. This is most easily performed though by V1 sliding onto a bounce pad, which is found in a few levels, or shooting a rocket at his feet, which is even easier than a bounce pad. But yeah, that's how it is. It's really easy. Just do it. Now we have another free yeah, I don't know what these people are naming these at this point. But now we have free skimming. Same as free sliding, but just on any liquid. You can perform the same way, but this will time you to mainly want to shoot a rocket while you're sliding. That's literally it. Now we have something called Boost Getaway, which I find still really funny to do anywhere, even though it's not really useful. You just ground slam on a sentry, punch the sentry left the knuckle blaster, use your whiplash on the sentry, and shoot the sentry with your railgun, the electric one, and then you just get sent to outer space for some reason. Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense. Now we have another getaway. Yeah, this is Boost Getaway, but with Ultra in it. If you perform it the same way as this Boost Getaway, but on the first sentry in 5-2 for some reason. For whatever reason, when you do a Boost Getaway on the first sentry 5-2, Ultrakill just breaks for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. How are people even finding these at this point? Now we have the hardest movement attacks in the game. These 3 require frame perfect inputs. I don't know how people are finding frame perfect input attacks, but I guess they're just about finding them. Well, let's just get into these 3. The first really hard move attack is called Super Slide Jumping, or shorted and SSJ, which is how we'll be referring it to the rest of this video. And the SSJ is performed by doing a frame perfect jump in a dash frame. You can do this by canceling your slide and jumping in a 3-time frame to get a massive distance. Really hard to do, and only recommended if you love to speedrun a lot. The second one we have is called Free Dash Jumping, or shorted an FDJ. The title for a FDJ is exactly like the SSJ timing, but FDJ is when dash jumps in, only takes 1 stamina. To perform it the same way as an SSJ, but you need to do a dash jump before you do the SSJ. The last one, and the most annoying one in my opinion, because this took me forever, is vertical wall jumping. Perform a vertical wall jump, you need to jump right after flying against the wall. Note this is really accurate, and it is much harder than SSJ or FDJ. This just gives you an extra wall bounce. Instead of 3, you get 4. Yeah, that's literally it. I don't know why anyone would use this in an actual speedrun or something. No, we have just rocket stuff. Yeah, that's, yeah. What else do you want me to say? Like, seriously. I'm not gonna go on a elaborate essay saying, alright, this is what rocket tech is, and this is the introduction to it. Wait, let me get my point across, please. First, the most commonly used rocket tech is called rocket surfing. It's just rocket riding. You use a freeze frame rocket launcher, ultra fire a rocket, jump on it. What else do you want me to say for the love of... Rocket slamming is the next thing on our list. You just get on a rocket, ride it up into the air, loop it, and by opinion you just freeze it. Go over any enemies, mainly stealth systems, what this is used for, and look, unfreeze the rocket and jump off, killing them all. I'm trying to make this as stupid and as nonsensical for anyone to understand. I think it's working. I'm not sure. Now we have chain surfing. Chain surfing is when, in midair, use ultra freeze frame rocket launcher, dash forward, and shoot a rocket, and then it just lets you hop on a rocket quicker. But you do need a face straight for this to work good, because I can't perform it without looking at it straight. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. Dash freeze frame rocket launcher, dashboard, shoot a rocket, then unfreeze. Yeah, that's it. Rocket ladder is next. Rocket ladder is just stupid, but I'm just including it so I have more content. Yeah, but anyways, you ultra free frame rocket launcher, shoot 3 or more rockets into the air and jump on the topmost one, elevating high into the air till the rockets respawn. This is not practical at all. Why would anyone use it? I'm just including it for more content. Anyways, we have Rocket Lashboost. Yeah, they're getting really uncreative with these names at this point. But anyways, a rocket Lashboost is when you're in midair, shoot a rocket, use your whiplash on it for you to explode yourself, giving you the same distance as a Jamblast would. I'll explain what a Jamblast is later. Got it? So anyways, we have rocket whiplash. Why am I doing all of these at once? When you're in midair, shoot a rocket directly below you and whiplash it. You need to make sure you freeze it before it gets to you, or just freeze the rocket when it's on V1 feet. So yeah, this is when mainly used for out of bounds stuff, like 3-1 out of bounds stuff. But anyways, we have Puddle Dashing. Yep, I have the script in front of me. How am I forgetting what to... Using a fire starter, spray gasoline in front of where you dash so you want to keep its momentum till you run out of gasoline. Yeah, that's literally it. Now we have Puddle Dash. Why do you add jumping to Puddle Dash? These things make no sense. To Puddle Dash jump is literally you just jump while you're Puddle Dashing. That's literally it. Get some creative more names instead, please. Now we have damage boost text. Yeah, you just damage yourself to make yourself go just to make yourself go further. I don't think I really need to go on a long essay explaining damage yourself go further. Let's just get into the right first one. First one we have is Overpump Boost. I'm surprised no one figures this out on their own somehow without looking at the wiki or the paper video. You just get the Overpump shotgun, try to charge it up 4 times, and then get launched in the opposite direction while taking 50 damage. It's not that hard to figure out, honestly. Now we have the better option instead of Overpump Boost. Core Boosting. You get the Core Eject shotgun, and you press Ult Fire at your feet. That gives V1 a vertical boost. Or if you're sliding, you use the Core Eject Ult Fire. You get launched forward. It's doing 35 damage either way around. Look, please don't tell me how they don't figure this out on their own. Now we have another bad option, the Malicious Boost. Malicious Boost, same as Core Boost, Overpump Boost, but use the Malicious Rail Cannon. Shooting at the feet launches them high up, V1 high up, and while sliding, it launches him forward. It's not that much better than a Core Boost, and it really isn't worth it for either way around to launch you up or forward. Stick to like the Core Boost for that, honestly. Next up, we have Mine Boosting. You just need to find a landmine around. Find one, walk up to it, look down, and parry at the same time to launch you high up as far from Malicious Boost. Which is much better, but there's like just a few levels you can get a Mine Boost. It does 35 damage compared to the Malicious Boost dealing 50 damage. Yeah, that's it. The final 3. Yippee! We have a Jamblast. I told you I'd go over it earlier. Same thing as the Overpump Boost, but if you dash right before you fire the Overpump, it will lower the damage from 50 to 33. But you also need to be at an angle, by the way, so good luck actually using this properly. Now we have an actual good damage boost test. It's called an Ultraboost. An Ultraboost is when you shoot a Core Eject into the air and hit it with the Malicious Rail Cannon, sending you very far away. We have a high chance of, not even high chance, always hitting you with 50 damage, and very rarely hitting 35 damage from the core, but it's usually always 50. And if you want it to maybe be more effective, I'm not sure, you can also perform this by shooting a Malicious Rail Cannon at a frozen rocket if you prefer that. Yeah, I'm not editing now, I'm way too lazy, but that's good. The last and final one, Malicious Ejection. Yeah, sure it sounds different, but yeah, it kind of does the same stuff. It is a variant of the Ultra Boost. While you're rocket riding, you pull out the Malicious Rail Cannon and like just shoot the rocket. It doesn't really matter what direction you shoot it at. It just matters where your rocket is. If it's like sideways, pointed down, up, it usually will always launch you like forward. This will also only ever do 35 damage. And finally, that's the outro. I've been doing this all in one sitting for some reason. I record all of these things you're hearing right now in one sitting at 4 p.m. I've been doing this for the past half an hour for the week. But if you guys enjoy the movement, somewhat a movement tutorial, I guess. Just thanks for watching, and I'll eventually get to a weapon tutorial when I'm not lazy. Because I've been working on this video literally the 11th today. I did most of this video except editing on the 11th for some. Why? Why am I doing this? Almost all of this on the 11th. Why? I had the whole week to do this. Yeah, I don't know. But if you enjoy this, just like, subscribe. I'm not forcing you to, and go have a nice day. Bye bye.